Day 2, April 5th, 2024, 9:30 a.m. It has been nearly 24 hours since they've been completely submerged in water. And we got some interesting looking wafers going on over here. First, we'll take a look at the Coloplast Brava 12036. Grab a knife very quickly. There we go. And we can see it has continued to enlarge in size to the point where it is not really even fitting in the bowl anymore. A lot of water missing in there, so I'll probably have to add some in. It's not terribly warm, so there's not a whole lot of condensation occurring and condensing. What is it? Oh, my brain's not working. There's a proper term for that. Evaporation. I think that's the word I'm trying to find. Anyway, Coloplast Brava 12036. And then we've got the Coloplast Brava 120307. And this one, again, remarkably good job of holding its shape. Edges still look fairly smooth. And looks close to its original size. It's probably grown a bit during this period, but overall, I would say that it's pretty solid. It's a very surprising result from the Coloplast Brava 12037. I'll look at the Eakins Cohesive 839005, the offering from Convatec, and you can definitely see a lot of murky water. Just gently prod this bad boy until loosening. There we go. And looks like the edges are pretty blown out. It looks like it's not retaining its shape whatsoever. It's very, very jagged, and it is roughly the same size. Like, I'll give it credit there. Like, it hasn't expanded, but it looks pretty worse for the wear at this point. Okay. Next up is the Osteoform Flow Assist OFA-M, and it does look remarkably a lot like a toilet seat you would find at a public toilet at this point. Put the lid up. Okay. It has grown in size, definitely. A little thicker. The edges do seem very clear and clean. Again, a lot of water missing from this bowl, so I'll probably add a little bit right at the very end to both sides. There is a, you can see right here, the plastic is starting to separate from the ring itself, but 24 hours is a long time for anything to be submerged like that, so we shall see. I'll go back to the Hollister Adapt CeraRing 8805, and it's kind of elongated itself a little bit, which is odd. It's definitely taken on a lot of water. It feels very heavy. I don't know if you can get a look at that thickness, but that thing has definitely soaked up a lot of juice. As far as the shape and consistency, it looks pretty solid, to be quite honest. There's some minor degradation along the edges, but otherwise it looks like it's holding its shape fairly well, except for the fact that it's soaked up so much fluid. And alright, and our last is the Hollister Adapt 7805. Let's take a look at that one. Hopefully I'm keeping these all within the screen this time. I'm trying to be more conscientious about that, because I saw the last video and review and was like, oh dear, I need to show the rings more. Alright, same deal. It's I'd say it's probably doubled in thickness. Interesting thing, it's not pulling away on the inside like the other one was when it was taking in. But rather, it actually looks like the hole. Yeah, there you go. The hole has gotten a little bit smaller almost, so that would still be providing a pretty good seal for you at this point. So there we go. So yeah, we're gonna pause the video for just a second. Okay, it was but a second to you, but more like a minute to me. I wanted to get a ruler because I am very curious about this. The diameter here is just under 2.5 inches, and it's like, I would wager 2 ticks below the 2.5 mark, and I'm sure there's probably a scientific number that would correspond. Oh gosh, well, that's 8, so it would be 6/16, which would be 3/8. Okay, 2 and 3/8. There we go. Way to brain. All right, and this bad boy, I would say, is pretty close to the 4-inch mark. Trying to measure from underneath. Yeah, I'd say 4 inches. So I would say it's fair to say that this thing has doubled in size. So, and I'm willing to bet that that internal ring where it is cut is definitely considerably larger. So for reference, this one here looks like it's 2 1/8 in diameter, and then over here, stick with the underneath measuring system. I'd say probably 2.75. So it has expanded a little bit, but not nearly as much as its cousin there. And this one, Trixie, I'm not sure here. Looks like about, yeah, it'd be 2 1/4 roughly going that way, and 2 1/8 going that way. This is definitely not the dimensions I'm looking at here. So it's closer to like 3.5 that way and 3 that way. Ah, shucks. This one, I just spilled the water onto. Alright, we're looking at a diameter of 6/16, 3/8. Okay, so 2 3/8 diameter there, and looks like it's about the same. It looks very close to its original. Let's see here. There we go. Do like that. 2.5 inch total. Probably would have been a great idea to have measured this stuff prior to the liquidating process. So we're probably at about a little over 3, maybe 3 1/16, or 3 1/8. I mean, and 2 and 2 1/4. Well, it has kind of elongated, so yeah, that would make sense if it was radically uneven. And this happy creature here, probably about 2.5. That stayed pretty circular. And started life at about 2.5, so it's pretty much retained its size. It's taken on a lot of water, but the size itself is still pretty consistent. right, I'm going to add water to these, and we'll check back in later today.